Hello everybody, I'm Elise. Welcome to my channel. I do appreciate the time that you have taken to listen to this audio-only experience. While today's topic is on the controversial Miranda Sings video, the subtopics can be quite triggering for some people. Those subtopics will be racism, sexism, abuse, mental illness, and so on. So if you're particularly triggered by any of these topics, please feel free to come back. There are some educational and informative resources in the description box for your reference so that you may understand what I'm saying if you choose to stay and watch this or listen to this audio-only experience. Now, I have seen the Colleen Ballinger video. Well, it was a Miranda Sings video, and it's still up. And I did view the Beyonce video, Single Ladies. And I did a little bit of research and background understanding of Wicked itself. Now, it's interesting to me that Colleen would make a transition at this point from her character, or the Wicked Witch of the West, to the Beyonce character. Now, while she did not technically, according to her lawyers, her legal team, play blackface, perception is everything. It's not a good look. There are a number of reasons why. First of all, minstrel shows were used to further oppress Black people, to make Black people's lives miserable, to feed into the white notion that Black people were inferior, to justify enslavement of Black people, and to prevent Black power in people's own lives. And digital blackface, according to a CNN report that I read, and of course some background information on that, is also compelling because, it's the type of material that people even use in memes when they use people of color, or they distort the perceptions of people of color in those memes. And it continues to make Black people the butt of jokes, just as the old minstrel shows were designed to do. And I must admit that there has been a couple of times that I'm aware of that I have used those gifts in a supportive way to support people with a person of color on it. It wasn't anybody that was sensationalized. It looked rather innocuous, but the perception of it is that I use that face to express myself, no matter what that expression is. Okay? Now, people might inadvertently do that, but that is still considered passive racism, as far as I'm concerned, or racism. And I think that this particular show the show of Colleen's is really laden with racism. Now, there have been some conspiracies that Beyonce herself was a witch and into witchcraft, which is total and utter bullcrap. All the horrible disgusting conspiracies around Beyonce, makes her out to be this exaggerated ghoul, which is so utterly inappropriate and racist. It's beyond comprehension. And I am not surprised that Colleen would sing as a character that in the story of Wicked was discriminated against because of her because she had green skin. That Colleen would make a mockery out of it and then transition to a Beyonce act and kept the same green face through it. Now, I don't know if Colleen was quite aware of these conspiracy theories, but if we understand the Miranda Sings character, Miranda Sings, is a very racist, depraved, disgusting, troubled, and probably traumatized character. And I wouldn't be surprised that Colleen used the Miranda character to denigrate Beyonce and denigrate the Black community through it. I wouldn't be surprised. So while it is not blackface, I can't see it any other way other than it being blackface, that this was just a nasty minstrel show. This is another mockery of people, another denigration of people and their experiences to show her Caucasian superiority over everybody else. And she has a documented history of this. And if her lawyers are listening, listen, I'm insignificant in the world of YouTube. But if people are listening, this is my opinion and my perception of it. And I have also read about this. I have researched this. And it's not a matter of just wiping off her face and going to the next skit. It wouldn't be so compelling if she didn't keep that mask on. What she did, in my opinion, was utterly racist. And perception is everything. At first glance, it is everything. Given what this song and parody was, it harms people. It keeps up racial stereotypes. It keeps up daily oppression that people have to go through every day. If you are a white person using a Black person's meme in an overly exaggerated way that's disrespectful or taking people's experiences out of context, stop doing it. Just stop doing it. Don't be a Miranda Ballinger. Be a mindful person. Think to yourself, is this something I really want to do? It's something that I need to consider in my own interactions on social media. And not only that, because it does have real life consequences for people. So overall, yes, I think that this was an intentional minstrel show. I think Colleen did mock Black people and generally people of color and their experiences in doing this. There was nothing funny at all because it's not obvious in some ways to what the historical notion of blackface is. It's the perception of it that can be impactful and traumatizing. and understanding the characters that she was mocking as she portrayed them in a comedy skit, in a singing skit. It is offensive, it is disgusting, and if Colleen ever had any sense, she would apologize for that. She would do the research and apologize for that. But to have her team come out and say that that isn't what it is, they didn't do their fucking research, in my opinion. And that is irresponsible. And I'm tired of people making excuses for this person. There's so much more. There's so much more about this that should be discussed, and especially if we go back into Trisha Paytas's and Colleen Ballinger's former podcast together. How that level of depravity of Colleen didn't stop just in that minstrel show, what I perceive to be a minstrel show. It's really bad. It's really bad. Anyway, we have to stop doing this to people. We have to stop feeding into stereotypes. We have to stop behaving the way that we do. Because it's hurting people. People are dying because of their shade of skin. People aren't getting health care. Their health care outcomes are worse because of the shade of their skin. Their opportunities are turned away or ignored or blocked because of their shade of skin. The recent Supreme Court ruling, although it does tend to favor white women, that is true. But it sends a clear signal that it gives permission for institutions to continue discriminating against Black scholars and scholars of all shades in the BIPOC community. And that will have tragic consequences. And we have to stop feeding into the nonsense. Anyway, there's more to say, but I'll do that next time. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.